bit of a different story. I was really touched by the previous students who talked, and before I had this job as a regional director for the California Community Colleges, I used to be the dean of biohealth at Foothill College. So the division had the Department of Biology and all the allied health programs that are at Foothill College. And every year, in the beginning of fall, when the new students entered each one of the programs, I was always shocked to see how many students had already completed 4 years at college, 4 years of time and 4 years of expense, and had a baccalaureate degree, but then came back to a community college so that they could receive an associate's degree and enter into a career. And one of the reasons I took this job was to come anytime anybody asks, so that I can come and talk to high school students about the importance of choosing your career and really being very intentional about the path you choose and how you get to be the specific example I'm going to talk about is healthcare, but it goes for every sector. There's so many things you can do in community colleges in 2 years, and it really was hard to see so many students had spent so much time before sort of coming back to a community college and beginning their career. So I'll just start by saying healthcare occupations are a path to success. And does that? Yeah, it does. So is anyone here interested in pursuing a health career? No? Well, you will, I think, at the time when I'm done. So your local community colleges provide excellent training in all healthcare professions. And you're especially lucky in this part of the Bay Area because the highest density of really excellent healthcare programs are around in San Mateo, Palo Alto, Foothill College, De Anza College, and so on. They're extraordinarily cost-effective. Most of the 2-year programs that I'm going to talk to you about cost less than $5,000. And if you compare that to a for-profit college where you would get the same degree, it's 5 times to 10 times more expensive. So they're extremely cost-effective. And they're unmatched in terms of job placements upon graduation. In the Bay Area, there are 28 community colleges, and you can see every green star there represents a unique location. And they all have health programs, but they don't all have all health programs. So you have to be sort of a good investigator once you decide which health career you want to pursue. You have to do a little bit of digging to find out which community college has the health program you're looking for. So I'm going to now shift to specific healthcare careers, and these were chosen because the students upon graduation earn the highest. These are called Gold Star programs by the California Chancellor's Community College Chancellor's Office, and that means the students who graduate from these programs are employed quickly in this profession upon graduation. They have a significant increase in their earnings upon graduation, and they all earn a living wage upon graduation. So all of these programs were selected because they are Gold Star programs according to the California Community College Chancellor's Office. So sonography, some of you may be more familiar with the term ultrasound techs. Radiologic technologists, these are also called X-ray techs. Respiratory therapy, of course everyone knows nursing, dental hygienists, and paramedics. So if, for example, you were interested to pursue one of these, you can see here that there are multiple colleges that have these programs. And I don't think, do I have a pointer? No pointer. Okay. Well, I'll just point out that you can see under sonography, Foothill College has a program. Under RadTech, Foothill College has a program. Respiratory, Foothill College has a program. Nursing, I didn't list all the colleges, but there are 18 community colleges in the Bay Area that have nursing programs. Dental hygiene, Foothill College has a program, and paramedics is also at Foothill. Now, I'm really not trying to sell Foothill. I know that's what it sounds like. But what I'm going to do at the very end is actually go to the Foothill website, and I'm going to show you how easy it is to drill down for whatever program you might be interested in, to look at the details about the prerequisites that you're a student or you would need to have before you started the program, right? So because Foothill has all of these programs, I'm going to focus on Foothill College. But you can see the other colleges are City College, Merritt, Kenyatta, Cabrillo, and they're sprinkled all across the Bay Area. So I do want to make some general comments about these disciplines. These are the same disciplines that I talked about a minute ago. In terms of PRE-REQ, that stands for prerequisites. And you can see just by scanning down, there are prerequisites to these programs. Remember, these are healthcare programs, and so you need anatomy and physiology, you need medical terminology, you need to be a good communicator. So depending on the program you pursue, there could be as long as 2 years worth of prerequisites, but some programs have just 1 year prerequisites. The cost, as I mentioned before, all of these programs are less than $5,000 except for dental hygiene, which is closer to $10,000 because of all of the small equipment, the equipment you have to buy to be a dental hygienist. But of course, you keep that equipment when you enter into that field. So I feel remiss to talk about this without talking about the fact, and you can see the column that says impacted. All of these programs are impacted, which means there are more students applying to these programs than there are positions for. So you can't just assume that you're going to apply, and then the first year you apply, you're going to get into the programs. And I always tell students, there are so many programs all over the Bay Area. You need to apply to whatever discipline you're interested in, as many of those programs as there are across the Bay Area, to increase your likelihood of getting in. And at Foothill, we often had students who would apply repeatedly for 3 or 4 years before they finally got in. The median salary upon graduation. So this is actually taken directly from a database that the Chancellor's Office keeps, where they actually track the salary of students, our students, upon graduation. And you can see the median salary immediately upon graduation for sonography is already over $114,000. And then you can scroll down and see the other salaries. I will add that these are often when people graduate from these programs, they are initially hired on a per diem basis, which means they're not hired immediately as full-time, so the salaries are a little bit suppressed. But what you can see, I think if you look on to the right, is the median salary in San Mateo County for these positions, and they're all over $100,000, except for respiratory, close to $100,000. For paramedics, I left this median salary blank, and that's because so many paramedics ultimately go on to the fire department. Most fire departments require that students first be trained as paramedics, first as EMTs and then paramedics. And the fire department have, I'm sure all of you know, excellent benefits and excellent salaries. So it's really difficult to say exactly what paramedics make because they can either go and work for ambulance companies or for the fire department. So my advice to you is to call your community college counselors if you need help. All the colleges are just sitting on ready to give you advice, to walk you through how to apply and help with every step along the way. And community colleges really are invested in all students and are committed to equity in terms of success. They want every student to be successful and spend a lot of time thinking about how to ensure that happens. And in a minute, I'm going to visit the Foothill College website so you can actually see, if you're interested in one of these programs, how to look in more detail about it for yourself. And the final thing is, if your high school is interested in developing a health pathway and they don't seem to know how to make much progress, you can call me. And that's one of my responsibilities, is to help the high schools establish these things. So again, I am really not pitching Foothill College, but because there were so many programs that are housed at Foothill, this is a good way to show you how to do this. So I just logged into Foothill College, and you can see here, most community colleges now have, with certain restrictions, 2 years of free admission. So even though I said the programs are less than $5,000, they can even be quite a bit less than $5,000 if you're able to go to school full-time and you meet the criterion. So for example, if you were interested in looking up, let's say, respiratory therapy, you would go to here, programs and courses. Okay, now you just scroll down, you can see the list of all the programs that they have at Foothill, alphabetically. So you can see paramedic is here, respiratory therapy is here, rad tech is here, so let's just look at rad tech. Okay, so this tells you these are the details about the next year application, right? So you can they tell you, describe the career opportunities, the number of units, the degree requirements, and you can see here are the program prerequisites. And now you can see all the classes that you would take. So it's very easy for you on your own, and I encourage you to do that, to actually look and do a deep dive when you choose, if you choose a health profession. And also, a lot of these programs have sort of orientations for students who think they might be interested in pursuing the career, and those things are also posted on each college's website. So, and if you have questions, you're welcome to ask me. I'm happy to help you.
Thanks, Nanette.